Hi, my name is Anne and welcome to my channel Lilacs and Lilies. Have you ever noticed that instead of the, a lot of people will say the, or instead of a, will say Do we realize what that sound is or maybe why we're doing it? If you don't, then you should stick around and learn about the SCHWA. So the SCHWA is something in linguistics that we use, and we have this symbol here, to talk about this particular sound, And usually when I'm writing for other students or when I'm working with people, I'll write it as UH, just to kind of keep it as simple as we can when we're writing in English, because writing this symbol here is a little bit strange to do all the time and if we don't recognize it. But we do have this sound. And it will exist in a couple of different formats. We might hear the schwa in a word like banana, comical, idea. These all make that sound when we're looking at an unstressed syllable. So what is an unstressed syllable? That is where in a word we have the stress is not there, obviously. We have stressed and unstressed. So a word like idea, the stress might be at the front. So with a word like amount, the stress is coming on the second part, amount. And so the first, the is not as important or not as stressed, I should say. And so we might get this relaxed vowel, and the relaxed vowel is that sound. We'll notice it happens with all five, but six of our vowels in English, which would be, right, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. And we will actually notice this happens across a couple of different words, but they're basically all this multiple syllable or multisyllabic word. We'll notice this is in these multisyllabic words, but also that might be in a function word. So a function word is a word that may not have a lot of meaning to it, but it helps us to create our sentences correctly. It's very important in grammar. So we might see a word like the, a, an, to. We get all of these different words, and what might happen is these might get switched out for that sound. So let's look at a couple of examples as to when that might happen. We'll look at our first category will be the first one that we notice to answer the question at the beginning was the. So the is important, obviously, because we're able to identify something, but it's not particularly adding this massive dimension to the sentence usually. And so when we aren't really stressing something, I just have a sentence like, I need the book. I need the book, right? We get that sound happening. We might also see it in another word like the United States. The rest of it is quite important, but this part, the, just a kind of more relaxed way of doing the. We may not hear, I would like the book. Probably not going to do that, especially with an American accent. So we'll get the book, the court, the dog, right? The other one is going to be right? To answer that at the beginning, we have a way, a window, a cookie. We're simply using it to identify the one item, but it usually gets lost in the sentence. I need a cookie. I need a cookie. We might notice that it just kind of, I need a cookie, kind of just goes away. I would not be like, I need a cookie. Now, if you say I need a cookie, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But within a more natural American English style, we'll notice that might come in. We might also notice it with an every once in a while. I need to write an article on Rosa Parks. The right, happens there because it's just flowing into the sentence. An article. The last one I want to look at of the functions is going to be to. So to is one that we notice as you learn English. It kind of likes to disappear into other words or into other sounds. And so one of the examples that I might give is going to be, I want to take you to the pool. I don't normally say I want to, right? We'll see just the complete elimination of want to, and it becomes wanna. right? We get that sound, that schwa at the end. So we have wanna take you to the pool, or I wanna take you to the pool, wanna. We see this same concept happening. I'll put a little example up here. A few of them would be going to, right, will be gonna, want to, right, wanna, gotta, which is got to or need to, right, I gotta go. And our last one is actually going to be one that we hear, but maybe we don't write, which would be have to. I have to go to the party. Have to go. Have to, duh, right? That schwa is at the end there. So what all that is, that schwa is just that to. Now this is an idea that we could make a whole video about, right? Where we're contracting words and how do they make them. But I just wanted to make you aware that when we hear something like I want to go, it's gonna sound more like I wanna go. That schwa sound, okay? Our next part is going to be that unstressed syllable part of words. Let's go ahead and I am going to put a little list of words here and we're gonna look at these and see how we might get that schwa sound inside of that word. So the first word we see up here, right, this one is balloon, balloon. The stress is more on the second syllable, right? Balloon, balloon. Our next one is going to be this one here is alone, alone. Same thing, right? The stress is on the second syllable. So we might get this alone, okay? Alone. Next we have focus or focus. So this is one that we might notice two different things happening depending on the accent, right? We might hear focus or we might hear focus, focus. Fo is the first part, right? Focus. So that might happen with that schwa at the end. The next we'll have is again. Now this is similar to alone, right? Alone, again, about, right? We have this at the front and the second half is getting the stress. So we'll have alone, about, again. The next one is one that we notice a lot is going to be the A at the end of a word. Something like sofa, Nevada, Rosa from the example before, right? That A at the end, sometimes when it's not stressed, we'll get that sound, Rosa. We also get it with supply, supply, right? Ply is at the end, that stress. And our last one is actually going to be today. So we have this word where we can say today. Today is correct, but we might notice that a lot of native speakers we're actually going to say today. Today, because day, right, is that stress there. What is something that we'll remember from these examples? This schwa sound can happen with any of our vowels. If it's going to happen, right, it has to be on the unstressed syllable of a word. I'm going to go ahead and place a couple of words up here and I want to see how you pronounce them. I'm going to post them here and you'll go ahead and take a look. Okay, so this is maybe a little bit harder, but I want you to go ahead. We're going to read them together. So if you were unsure where that sound might be, you'll go ahead and repeat after me, okay? Problem, problem, family, family, photography, photography. Octopus, octopus. Analysis, analysis. And our last one is tomorrow, tomorrow. Okay. So these were a little bit harder and I want you to see if you can hear the difference there, right? And this happens, right, as we learn a little bit more about our unstressed syllables or our stressed syllables. This will help us be able to identify where maybe a schwa might happen, or if you just want to use it for the and wanna and gonna, right? If you simply want to try putting it there, it might be kind of a fun thing to play with. Now I will say the same thing that I say in every video when we're looking at pronunciation. This is an American accent style pronunciation, so you may hear people that say it a little differently, but I'm simply providing a possibility that when we look at kind of the neutral American accent, we are getting a lot of this sound, right? It's one of the most popular sounds that we hear, or vowels, I should say, in English when we say lots of these words. We'll notice this sound. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions or if you want any further videos explaining some of these concepts, go ahead and put the comment down below and I will be sure to check it. If you liked this pronunciation kind of tip, I would suggest going and checking out last week's video if you haven't already and see if you can hear the schwa in a couple of the countries that I talked about last week. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I hope to see you very soon. Bye guys. So the schwa is something in linguistics that, dude, I can't do it when you're staring at me, shoot.